Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here today with Inmate to Roommate, Season 2, Episode 10, Time for a Change. And it's the season finale. This was a pretty damn good season, if I may say so myself. Okay, I liked the first season, but the second season blew the first season out of the fucking water. Okay, if I was going to give this season a grade as a whole, I would give it a solid B plus. So let's get right into the last episode. I'm sort of sad that I won't have Thursday nights for inmate to roommate anymore, but hopefully there'll be a season 3. So let's get right into this. So if you were wondering what happened to Devin since Kathy dropped him off at the sober house, well, we're going to tell you. Kathy and Daniel met with Devin's grandmother Penny, and she seems to be such a sweet old lady that Devin has put through the fucking ringer. Okay? So Kathy dropped off Devin at the sober house. You guys remember that, right? Well, 10 days later, Devin just had to leave, according to Penny, because he had to see some chick. So he goes to Oklahoma to meet up with the chick. And to make a long story short, since he's been released from prison in Colorado when Daniel picked him up, he has been arrested 7 times. His latest charge involves a theft of a car. And Grandma Penny, she is so sweet. She tells Daniel and Kathy that the only thing she could do is just leave Devin to God now. There is no humanly power that can save him, and it's just up to God. And she's just going to step back and she's going to let God take over. And Kathy, she says she is angry at Devin. And she has every right to be angry at Devin. Not only did he put them through a lot of shit, I mean, this poor woman, Penny, his grandmother, dragging her through hell and back. That's Kathy's friend. Kathy hates to see her going through this. But Penny said if she keeps sticking a pillow under Devin's ass, arrested 7 times since he was released from prison in Colorado, okay, he's just going to die. So it's up to God now, and Grandma Penny is just stepping back. So that's what's happening with Devin. Now, moving on, Aaron and David. Aaron decided, I'm moving out. Okay, this whole thing with David not letting Lavanya move in and wanting this other guy Ron to move in. Um, Aaron got an opportunity. One of his friends is renovating a house. He needs Aaron to do some work. Lavanya can move in there with him, no problem. He can live there rent free for a couple of months. And Aaron said, "Hell's yeah!" And he's packing his shit, packing his guitar, and getting ready to get the fuck out of David. And David, for his part, is like, I wish him the best, but I don't feel very good about this. This is all happening really fast, and it could lead to relapse. People start arguing, then they start using. So David's happy for Aaron, but he's nervous. A couple of months later, they meet up outside the coffee shop. Okay, now Aaron acknowledges that him and David had a real friendship while he was in jail. For 2 years, they talked on the phone. They talked about, the criminal justice system and criminal justice system reform, and living in the house kind of like took away from that. There was so much personal conflict between the two of them. It kind of took away concentration on the mission. So a couple of months later, Aaron's like, I want to meet up with my friend David and talk about getting involved with the mission again, baby steps. Maybe he could carve out an hour or two for me. So I could get involved in this mission that I wanted to be involved with from the beginning. But moving into David's house kind of muddled things. So I'm glad to see, as of when filming wrapped, Aaron was doing well. Okay, living in his new place with Lavanya. Him and his buddy David are going to find some time to work on criminal justice reform, and I'm glad it all worked out in the end. Okay, I will be doing a Where Are They Now with all these guys. Okay, but as of filming wrapped, Aaron looked like he was doing good. Okay, him and his buddy David on the same page. Now, speaking of moving out, ever since the fiasco last week of Cindy and her mom and I'm sorry, Jennifer and her mom and the kids, Jennifer decided that all of the attention that she was paying Cindy, making Cindy a first priority, was not working for her, and that her kids should be her only priority. Getting back her kids should be her only priority. So first, she got herself a part-time job as a field agent at an insurance company, which I'm sure pays better than the gas station job that Cindy was trying to get her. But, a job is a job. So she got a job. She's telling Cindy about her job and that eventually she does want to move out. And guess what? She's moving out quicker than you expected. The next scene, she's packing her shit. And Cindy's like, okay, that was kind of quick. I didn't expect you to move out that quickly. Now, the thing with Jennifer is she's going to move in with her brother. Her brother lives in the same county where she got into all of her trouble. Okay. So even though it may not be such a good idea for her to be back in her old stomping grounds, she has to go back there to be closer to her children. And she feels strong enough, okay? And she feels focused enough that she's not going to fall back into her old habits. She got a job. She wants to reestablish her relationship with her children, and that is it. So she's packing her shit. She tells Cindy, I know if I ever need, a place to fall back on, I could always ask you to come back here. Cindy's like, of course, I'll always be here for you. Cindy is worried. She is mama hen worried. She's like, sometimes the choices that Jennifer makes, to me, they make no fucking sense whatsoever. But hey, she's a grown ass woman. I can't tell her what to do. I got used to be having her around here. I'm going to have to figure out how to do shit on my own again. But it's Jennifer's life. And it was good to see at the end Jennifer, excuse me, was reunited with her older children. She was hanging out with her oldest. Cindy went to go pay them a visit. They were sitting outside her brother's house. Her Jennifer's oldest son was doing wheelies on his bike and everything, showing off for Cindy. So it was good to see. It was good to see that, Jennifer ultimately made the right decision, and hopefully she is continuing on that path. So now moving on to the hot mess expresses, okay? Because that this episode couldn't all be lovey-dovey good, feel. No, of course not. So we have Musty Mark, okay, and Annalisa and Beta. And when we last left them off, okay, they were putting his shit on the sidewalk, not even on the porch. They took his shit and they put it on the sidewalk. Veda comes out the next morning and Mark slept in Veda's car. Okay, so Veda's like, listen, your shit is there. Get your shit. Get off my property. Mark is like, I want to go in the house and make sure that you didn't take any of my shit. Veda's like, I don't want any of your shit. Take your bags and get off my property. Okay. Now, Mark, trying to act all tough. Okay. He got his phone, acting like he's talking to somebody, when in all reality, he's on live talking to himself. Okay. Maybe talking to like two people. And he says, I'll bring the whole hood over here to this house. Beta said, yeah, Oh, yeah? After all the shit you did, Musty Mark, you gonna threaten to bring the hood up to my house? Okay, motherfucker. Here you go. I'm going inside. I'm getting my phone. And I'm calling the police on your ass. Okay? He called the police and he gave them a whole description, told them what happened. By this time, Mark is gone. Deasia comes over when she hears that he had slept in the car and that Beta had to call the cops on him. And Elisa now is turning into the soft one. Okay? Remember how hard she was at the beginning and all tough on Mark? Now she's turning into the fluffy bun bun. And Veda is like the fucking pit bull. Rah, don't fuck with me and my family. And Annalise is like, what's your plans, Mark? What are you gonna do with your life, boy? And Veda's like, don't talk to him. Like they switch roles. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Deasia says, don't. When Beta snaps, that's it. He snaps, and Papa Bear comes out. And when Papa Bear comes out, you better run. And yeah, I could see that because Annalisa's all about him being a lost child. Um, and him being out of bluffs. I was like, what the hell is happening here? So fast forward 3 months later, okay, Mark is still free. Annalisa spoke to his parole officer. He's still free. They haven't spoken to Mark in 3 months. They don't want to speak to Mark. They couldn't give a shit about speaking to Mark. Okay. Annalisa is still like, a little soft. She's like, I just wish that Mark would have opened up his eyes and taken the help that we would have given him. And Beta's like, nah, I'm done with that boy. So Mark, not surprisingly, I should say, could not be reached for comment. Okay, so now you know the segment is going to be fucking off the hook when it starts off with Emily called and asked production to come to her house. Okay? So Emily is fucking fed up with Jason. Emily's like, this motherfucker, he needs to get the fuck out my house. Okay? She calls production and she's like, this asshole. He told me yesterday that he was going to have this dude come over and with this tool to help him fix his guitar or some shit. Now, mind you, I have a whole basement full of tools that he has no problem going through at the drop of a dime. But no, he wanted this dude to come over with this tool. So I said, sure, no problem. But I just had this gut feeling something was wrong. I don't know, this gut feeling. Emily's fucking pissed. Okay. We've seen her pissed throughout the season, but no, she is fucking pissed. She's like, then I look, I guess she has cameras, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. And I see this tall woman with bags, another woman with a bag, and the guy with bags walking out of his house. What was in the bags? Are they stealing my shit? Like, that's it. I am done. 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 I want him the fuck out of my house. That's it. Jason comes in like, oh my God, what are you complaining about again? And I tell you, he reminds me of Chance from Love After Lockup, especially in this scene. Blah, blah, blah. What are you complaining about? Oh my goodness. Emily's like, you're a fucking asshole. You think you're so smart. 14 felonies doesn't make you smart. It makes you a fucking idiot. I am so tired of him. She goes upstairs. She slams the door. Production's like standing around like, okay. So Jason realizes, you know something? I think I might have drawn the last card in this deck. Emily's really, really fucking mad at me. maybe I need to do something to weasel myself out of this situation. So guess what? He found himself a job interview. I said, holy shit, talk about a curveball. He got himself a job interview, or production got him a job interview, or someone got him a job interview, because apparently this dude found some of his artwork on Facebook. Okay, Jason is apparently really, really talented when it comes to art. Jason's an only child. He spent a lot of time around adult company. I can relate to that. Okay, didn't spend a lot of time, playing with other kids, and he had a lot of energy. So his mother used to try to harness that energy into giving him, crayons, books, markers, and things of that sort. So Jason's very artistic, it turns out. This guy has an assistant graphic designer position, and it's like, holy shit, Jason, of all people, is getting his shit together. Oh my God, this may actually be a happily ever after. Jason is getting his shit together. So he's like, now I need to go talk to Emily because I just need a little time just to save money. I'll get my own place. I just need a place to come home, shower, eat, shit, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, basically, and save money until I get my own place. They have this nice conversation. The nicest conversation they had the whole fucking season. He must have said thank you 1,000 times. He took accountability. He apologized. I actually believed him that it was heartfelt, okay, and that this job was just what he needed to set the fire under his ass, and that he was going to go to work and everything was going to be fine, and him and Emily were going to get along. Emily even gave him 60 days. He asked for 30. Emily gave him 60. I was like, oh, this is fucking great. This is fantastic. And then shortly after filming wrapped, Jason was arrested for violating his parole. Motherfucker. That's all I have to say. Don't play with my emotions like that. Okay? That's all I have to say. Motherfucking Jason. So this season was a really good fucking season. I loved it. Okay? Blew season 1 out of the water. So that's basically it. Drop me a comment and let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit that like button and share my video with a friend or 10. See you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye.